If you've just finished your training and you're like, oh, how do I even take my first client? This video is for you. The first client isn't scary because of the treatment itself. It's scary because it's the first stranger, the first payment, first time things are actually feeling and becoming real. So if you are feeling anxious, overwhelmed, overthinking, or questioning if you're even ready to even take on a client, that is so normal. And I most definitely have been right there. When I first started, I was overthinking like crazy. I was thinking, what if their lashes come out awful? What if they don't like me? What if they're awkward? What if I'm awkward? What if they can tell if I'm nervous? If I just mess everything up? I'm quite an introverted person as well. So I remember thinking like, have I just made the worst decision and wasted my money on this course? But here's the truth no one says out loud. Fear doesn't mean you're not ready. It just means that you care. So it's a positive. We should have a little bit of fear because we care. If we didn't care, then you wouldn't be feeling any type of way. Looking back now, were my first sets that I did, like my first paying clients, perfect or the best that I've done? No, absolutely not. Far, far, far from it. When I look back at the pictures, I'm like, people walked out like that. But you know what? They were so calm and they still kept coming back actually. So I was also charging beginner prices as well. So the prices did reflect the work that I was giving them to start off with. Because at the end of the day, if we are brand new to a service, charging the same as everyone else around us that has had years of experience isn't going to make the most sense. But we can build up to that place. But focusing on the first client, they're most likely going to be model prices, model clients. So if someone is paying model prices, they're also not going to expect perfection, okay? They are expecting honesty, care, effort. There's not so much that can really go wrong because you've done the training, you've done your practice. What's the actual worst that can happen? There's not much. Because if you do mess up with a set, you know what you can do? You can either remove it, you can do it again. Or worst case, if they just don't come back to you. Okay, that's fine, because you're a beginner. But even that, if they don't come back to you, they might come back to you years later on when you've got better, or months later on when you've got better. Like, I'm telling you, the anxiety is worse than the appointment itself. Once you do the appointment, you're gonna be thinking like, oh, I can keep doing that. That was literally nothing. Why was I so stressed? With taking clients, you need to sort of learn small talk in a way if you don't already. So some things I say to like all of my clients pretty much as they come through the door, it's a hi, how was your journey? How was getting here? If it's obviously your first client, how did you find getting here? Did you get here okay? Small things like that, just starting a little conversation. And then, how are you? And then get onto a consultation of the treatment that you're doing. How do you like the lashes? How do you like this, inspo pictures, Once they're lying down, and potentially once you've like prepped their lashes and everything, ask them, are they comfortable? Would they like a blanket? After that, once they're comfortable, they have their blanket if they want a blanket. You can ask if they're getting their lashes done for anything special, any special occasions. Asking like what they've been up to recently, just small minor conversation to make your clients feel comfortable. Like you're not entertainment for the 2 hours you have your client there, or 3 hours being a beginner. But it is your job to make your clients feel comfortable, and some clients do like a little bit more of a conversation, some clients less so, and you will sort of learn how to gauge from person to person whether they want to talk more, talk less. But I would not just be venting to your clients or anything like that or whatever, unless your clients are like asking questions and you feel open to doing that. But there's no need to do that, and there's also no need to be telling your clients that you're nervous. Do not do that, okay? Do not do that. Because if you do tell them that you're nervous, they will start to feel that. They will feel that. They will feel nervous as well because you are doing the treatment on them. Like, why would they want some nervous person doing any treatment on them? No. So if you are nervous, just stick to the plan. Stick to the script, pretty much. Stick to even those little questions. Write them down if you need to just remind yourself of things to say when you are like nervous. You can quickly just take a look at your notes. Like, oh, how are you? Just small talk, that's it. Because the client won't know if you're nervous or not, if you are just showing up as confident. In this scenario, it is a fake it till you make it type of situation, okay? You're gonna have to fake that confidence, client after client after client, till that confidence is real. And that confidence only becomes real after you've done your client after client. It might be your 5th, it might be your 20th, it might be your 100th client. I know it took me a long time, to be fair, to get comfortable with taking clients. Like, I used to check out their Instagram posts and like give a little stalk to know which client was coming in. Now I don't need to do any of that stuff. Like, I was tripping for no reason. Why am I even looking at the Instagram page? None of my business. Quite frankly, I don't like love you to my clients, but I don't care. Like, I can get to know them when they come to me. And if they want to share something with me, they'll share it. Like my regular clients, I see them on my Instagram page anyways, like, oh, I love your story. But your first client, and I'm telling you, every single service provider that you look up to has been through this phase. It's one of those things. Just gotta go through it. Sorry, not sorry. It is character development, this whole business thing, because it puts you out of your comfort zone constantly. And we love growth, don't we? When it comes to taking payment, some people find this a little bit awkward. So what I always do is, at the end of the appointment, I will just ask the client how would they like to pay, if they would like to pay cash or by card. Simple as that. How would you like to pay the remainder of your appointment? Period. They have come to have a service done by you. Of course, they know the price of it. They know they're going to pay. They know that life ain't free. So don't feel guilty for charging people, because at the end of the day, this is your business. Just like they go to work and get paid, you are going to work and getting paid. And please, 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 do not be afraid to take deposits. If you are not taking deposits, you are just wasting your own time. Quickly, into starting my business, realize why deposits are so important. There's no deposit equals no commitment. People are not committed to their appointment if they have not paid any deposit up front. But when they have paid that deposit, people will show up. They're more inclined to show up because they've committed to it through a payment up front before the treatment. For my lashes, I charge £10 deposit. And that makes a huge, huge difference, okay? Don't play about your deposit. Let's go through exactly what we're going to be doing as your first client arrives. So, client comes in. First off, you greet the client. Hi, how was your journey here? How did you find getting here? How are you? Next, consultation. Be sure you know exactly what the client wants, managing expectations, etc. Next, we're gonna make sure the client is comfortable. Next, onto your treatment. Whilst doing a treatment, whether that is doing lashes, take your time. There is no need to rush. When I first started with lashes, I just gave it 3 hours and left it at that. I wasn't doing longer than 3 hours because that's not nice for the both of us. So even that if you need to, but take your time. Speed does not matter. No, it's your first client, you're still practicing. Next is explain aftercare clearly to your client. Make sure they know their aftercare, and then take your payment and bye-bye. Have a lovely day. It's really just as simple as that, really. Have a treatment that you are offering, make sure that you've gone and had that treatment done yourself or something similar to it, so you sort of understand what to expect and what your clients will be experiencing. And I find with that in itself helps give you ideas of how you want to be with your clients, how you want to give your treatment. And I would always recommend go to somewhere like go to somewhere nice. Don't go to somewhere cheap. Don't go to a beginner. Go to someone with experience, so you can experience that. Maybe somewhere luxury, so you can experience the luxury. This will help you give your clients a luxury service, and even better because you'll be like, oh, I could do better in this area, and this area, and this area. And keep this in your mind that you're not going to know everything. You're not going to be perfect, and you're not meant to feel confident yet. You're meant to learn, and you are going to grow so much. And please let me know how it goes with your first client. Give me a DM, drop me a comment. I pray that your first client goes even better than you can imagine, and I already know it's going to go well. In Jesus' name.